C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. What's going on?
Did you get a new camera? You're looking crisp.
So this is actually my laptop camera. I actually have two.
Yeah.
And I can go in between the two. I've even experimented in like having both active, and I can switch mid-stream if I wanted to. But really just testing things out for like if we're live somewhere and I want to hook an external camera up or something, like we did at the games. So, yeah. Wow. Got a full house. Corey, Holly, Lex, Judy, Elise.
Welcome.
Jody, Damien. Dang. Full house. So, did you work out today?
Let me tell you about it. Let's talk about it. First of all, you know what I work on Sundays, right?
Yes.
Okay. We call it MMM.
You can't tell me you got one?
No, but hold on.
Oh, okay.
We call it middle-aged moms working on muscle-ups on Sundays. Okay. And I need to show you what my hands look like right now. See that?
False gripping it?
From false gripping it. And my coach is having me like do so many like false grip holds, and we're working on a lot of like strict false grip stuff. So that was that. And then today's workout was a hero wad Nate. So it was with muscle ups. Hold on one second.
Just, Bye. She's back to work out of school.
I am. So, but because, I typically when I do Nate, I would do bar muscle ups, but this time I used, everybody jokes about it. They're like, Amy, what is that contraption you're on back there? But it's the harness, the power fitness or harness.
The sex swing.
Yeah, the sex swing.
Okay.
So I taped up and I did Nate and did 2 strict every time. So that's what my workout was. You're sounding much more open.
Yeah, it is getting better every day now. I have to go in next Tuesday for another follow-up, but yeah, I'm up to like 5.5 hours sleeping in bed, which is way more than I've been. So super stoked there. But what's funny is you did Nate, which was at one time a regional workout. I worked out in the garage because we'll get into that in a second. But we had a 2012 regional workout, which was 2,000 row, 30 hang power cleans into 50 air squats.
I feel like I just did that. I think I did.
So I did it with a bike because I don't have a rower in the garage. But did that today. And it was really my first full, like, intense workout. Well, as intense as my fitness will allow at this point. Yeah. Because we are not at full intensity for my fitness yet. But my sinuses held up well.
Yeah. I mean, you sound a ton better.
So, yeah, super stoked about that. That went well. But the reason I had to do it in my garage today was, I think I've said on the show, my mother-in-law has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's going through radiation. And Julie went to be with her yesterday and got special permission to work from Pennsylvania. But after she left, I looked down and there was her work computer.
Oh, shoot.
So I have to meet her halfway tonight. And actually, right after this show, I'm hopping in my car to meet her halfway to give her her work computer so she can work the rest of the week from Pennsylvania.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Because it's 2 hours to meet her and then 2 hours back. So
Okay.
4 hours in the car after spending 4 hours in the car Saturday to go to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I saw Andrew Sten jump in, and I saw him there, so it's
Oh,
good seeing him.
yeah. So tell me about your weekend.
So I'd never been to an affiliate gathering before.
Mhm.
I was super stoked to be there. And the good news I'll get right uh, out of the way is that almost every speaker that was there on Saturday has agreed to come on the show in the next couple weeks. I just
Awesome.
dates and times set up for all of that. But that's Austin Malialo. It's Jason Ackerman. It's
Andrew
Push
Charles Wilson.
Press. I didn't talk to him about it because he really just was a facilitator.
Mm.
And then I'm going to work on the one I don't have down is Denise Thomas, who is who's kind of like the premier coaching person for CrossFit. And she was freaking amazing.
Mm.
And so, but anyway, so I got there was 150 to 200 affiliate owners there on Saturday. And what was really cool is they really broke it down into like two things on how to improve your business as a CrossFit gym owner. And that is that what your North Star is. And they walk you through why this should be your North Star. And then that you need to level up your coaches at all times.
Mm.
You can't become complacent in that. It's got to be like a nonstop thing. So it was really interesting.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I hear that. But let me just throw this out there. It benefits CrossFit financially for people to level up their coaches.
Not talking about L1, L2s, L3s.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Talking about personal development.
Okay.
And truly that you as a gym owner should define the expectations of your coach and let them participate in that process. And then monthly you work toward achieving those expectations.
Cool.
And this is an example, right? That every month you should do that. They suggest you don't do it on a weekend because your coaches are already overworked, underpaid. And you shouldn't do it on a weekend because that's their time. That it is better for you as a gym owner to close your gym early one night and not serve one class and tell your community that this is the night we level up our coaches for you. And you do it that night. And then you talk about all the things to get to that are on that, whatever you designed as the expectations of your coach.
Yeah.
And then weekly, you should do a Zoom call for 10 minutes and hard 10 minutes, no more. And it's not about debate. It's just about updating all the coaches on the stuff that they need to know for the week. Like Sally's pregnant. We need to worry about this. Jim hurt his knee. We need to worry about this. Hey, don't forget the holiday party's coming up. We want to announce that this week.
So is that individual check-ins with or like a whole coach staff kind of thing?
Right. Whole coach staff and record it and know that not everybody's going to make it every week, but have a recording of it so that they can grab it and listen to it afterward.
Yeah. That's cool.
And that's just one example. It went on a long time. And really the North Star aspect, and I don't want to take too much away because the presenters are all going to come on and they're going to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
But the North Star really, Push Press did a survey. People responded that the thing they're most concerned about is leads, like getting people in the door. And with their data points, what they found is what keeps a gym healthy and thriving is retention, not leads. If you worry about retention, the other stuff will follow. So it's all about the basically the crew of people you have in your community, focusing on keeping them happy. And then they had tons of tips and tricks and stuff all around that. to keep that going.
So Judy has a question here. So what's the difference between this gathering and Affiliate U?
So I'm not even familiar with Affiliate U.
I'm not sure what that is either.
So I can't really answer that question. But this is a regional thing. And if you heard all the fuss coming out of the Portland affiliate gathering, where Dawn spoke to the community of affiliate owners, and it had a huge impact on people. This was kind of the same thing for the Midwest.
Yeah.
And Asta Maliello gave that part of the speech.
Affiliate U is Vernon Ackerman's private business.
Yes. So Ackerman spoke, and a lot of what he was talking about was from his Affiliate U, and he even gave like QR codes to get free documents from that you could download to assist in different things. So I'm sorry, I should have known that, but yeah, I just didn't know it was called that because he never referenced it by name on Saturday.
Was this recorded?
There was a videographer there, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, sure.
I think I truly think the goal, I'll tell you this. I've been a member at a couple gyms now, and I had thoughts going through my head with everything. If you are an affiliate owner and you are not going to these at least once every couple years, I think you're making a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
After what I saw this weekend, that's my thoughts about it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is there's 150 other affiliate owners there to talk to.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only the presentation, but that and CrossFit was very good about making everybody feel welcome. They made a deal with the brewery that shared the parking lot with the CrossFit gym, and there was going to be an after party at that. I couldn't do that and then drive the 2 hours home.
Yeah.
So I didn't participate in that. Yeah, and Andrew said I don't think it was fully recorded. I don't either. I saw the video quite a bit, but I don't think it was fully recorded. So anyway, yeah, it was a great experience. And there were two overarching things that I found fascinating. And one is, a couple years ago, CrossFit didn't mention Greg Glassman's name. They kind of wiped him away from the quotes and things like that. That was very different this weekend. Like if he quoted something and they used that quote, they attributed it to him. Yeah. They talked about his impact, about the methodology and all the different things and things he said back when he was starting the whole kit and caboodle. And they weren't shying away from that. The other thing was that they were very adamant about that the gym down the street is not your competition, it's your ally. And that if you blackball or badmouth them, it's going to come back and bite you.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right. And so they were very adamant about that as well. But I'm super excited to have these people on and kind of go into more detail because I'm definitely no expert on any of this stuff. I just was there to kind of observe it all. But it was really good. And I got to see Andrew. I got to see Mike Halpin there. I got to see. Mike Halpin was there? Okay. Yeah. Dale King from Portsmouth, who's doing all those amazing things with the opioid addiction in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And so I actually talked to him too. He's going to come on the show, but there's a documentary about what he did in Portsmouth coming out on October 3rd. And he's pretty tied up until that releases. And then he's going to come on after that.
Very
nice.
So other things that were happening. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. And the last thing I was going to say is I think I'm going to drive to Portsmouth to talk to him instead of do it this way. Do it in person.
So just the other thing I was going to say was just you were also highlighted a couple of other times this weekend, I noticed.
Well, I don't know if it was highlighted. We were used as evidence in an argument Um,
Well, you were featured, I should say.
so it was, yeah. So if people haven't been following along, there was an argument that started between Lauren Fisher and Mikey Wittes.
Mhm.
What happened from there, I don't even know how to explain. I don't even know how it happened. But I know the start of it was that Lauren posted a video using a Tropic Thunder clip
Mhm.
where the R word was used. Mikey asked her to take it down. She didn't. And then everything beyond this is allegations, but I
Mhm.
will tell it the best I know. And that is that at that point, Mikey or some people associated with Mikey reached out to Training Think Tank and asked to have um, Lauren removed from their roster because of this post.
Mm.
And so from there, then Sevon talked about it, and Hiller started fighting him in comments about this. What happened after that is Hiller then got his Instagram account suspended.
Mhm.
Mikey denies that. He has DM'd me and adamantly said that he did not cancel Hiller's
Really?
post.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And what I told him, and I'll say it out here flat out.
Hold on one second. Go ahead.
I
You
I
go
had
ahead, sorry.
I had no problem with his statement at all. What I have a problem with is canceling people out. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm okay with that. But the minute you start trying to take someone's livelihood, and I put myself in the shoes of like Andrew Hiller, like
Mhm.
I've worked my ass off for 4 years to build what this is. And if someone decided that they didn't like something I said and reported me and my YouTube channel or my Instagram was taken down, I would be extremely pissed off.
Yeah.
And that's a line like that I think is a line too far. So as Andrew Hiller does very well is he made a video and then he took an interview I did with Mikey 4 weeks ago and used that to demonstrate that Mikey was saying one thing on that, and yet his actions and what he's saying today are opposite of that.
Okay.
Philip Kelly is asking me what he said in response to that. He just went into full denial mode.
Mike
He
did?
truly,
Okay.
Mikey just went into full denial mode that he did not cancel Hiller, that he did not do that. And I've seen what Hiller has posted, but I have not seen, like, they seem to think, or they seem to know pretty adamantly that he called have Lauren removed. I think that's a step too far. That's canceling her in another direction.
Mhm.
And so he really didn't say anything to me other than denying that he ever tried to cancel Hiller, and that he asked me for his phone number, asked me for contact information so we could contact him to apologize and let him know that he didn't do that. Well, I'm friends with Hiller at events. I see him. I
Yeah.
say hi. I don't have
Yeah.
his phone number.
Right. Yeah.
The only way I've ever communicated with him is on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and when that got taken away, I had no way to reach out to Hiller.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of like a firestorm for me because my DMs blew up, literally, like blew up. And I didn't even know what was going on. Like
Yeah.
I just said, like my mother-in-law is going through non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I just came off of surgery. I'm trying to do this documentary. And then all of a sudden, all these things are coming at me. And I have to catch up like super fast to even know what everybody's talking about.
Mhm.
So it was just been crazy. And while I was at the affiliate gathering, like that's when Hiller's video posted.
Yeah.
Then I get more. I can't even. It's such a crowd of people. I can't even watch the video to know what was said to be able to respond to anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Like it's just this flood of stuff coming at me. And And it's funny because Kenneth, one of our loyal listeners, is like, "Hey, have you got a YouTube bump from all this stuff going on?" I said, "I haven't even had time to look at our numbers. I have no clue what's happening."
Yeah. Huh.
And so like it's just been a whirlwind of stuff that's happened. And honestly, I've not seen anything. Um, I will tell you that Mikey was very aggressive with me on DM, and I know reading emotion into DMs is tough.
Yeah, it is.
But he came at me pretty hard at the beginning, asking me why I was friends with all these people, and that he didn't know that. And I was like, "You're making a big leap."
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
This is this is publicized, so anybody can get on it.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows that, like, I published that 4 weeks ago. Anybody can grab a clip from it.
Right. Yeah.
They don't need my permission.
Right. That's why I'm
Um,
surprised. Like if this is a publicized thing, it's out of your control.
so what's come out since then is that, and like in my, he went into a fight with the wrong crowd,
Mm.
because they're coming after him 110%. And like he photoshopped out the guy who tied with him
I saw.
for the games. And they're posting all of his DMs, and people are sharing them with Hiller and sharing them with Savon.
Yeah.
It's just, and see, I'm not privy to any of that stuff. I'm just the guy who interviewed him 4 weeks ago.
Right.
So I don't see any of this stuff. And so I'm kind of on the outside just trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and trying to make sense of it while I'm like dealing with all these other things going on. So that's, to the best of my knowledge, what's happened.
Yeah. It definitely spiraled, like everybody's been saying, just
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been nuts. I said, Jamie asked me about it the other day, and I was like, if I don't hear Mikey or Savon or Hiller for 24 hours, I would be ecstatic, because that's how much like our DMs were blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Nuts.
So yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I know is, and as transparent as I can be. I mean, I did have a conversation with Mikey after this happened.
Yeah.
It was really him accusing me of being friends and not knowing that I was part of that group. And I said, well, one, you're lumping all of them into one thing. And at that point, I didn't even know what had happened. Right.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, yeah. It's complicated, huh?
It is. It's super complicated.
Well, yeah, you're just like, let me just do my interviews. Here I am. Here's my interviews. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And so now I find myself like tuning into every Hiller thing, every Savant thing, because I know I'm going to be a part of it in some way, and I'm going to get DMs. And so I need to know as much as I can about it, because I don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, I literally had no idea, because I don't watch all of Hiller's stuff. I follow him, but I really don't actually watch a lot of YouTube stuff. But when I saw it, I don't know what made me click on it. Maybe it's because I was like, oh, I'm just curious about Mike. And then I was like, oh, okay, here we go. It's all about that. So
yeah. And Judy says it's fun to have something to talk about. The problem I have is I can't turn it off. Like, I've put out invites to people to come on the show. I'm trying to do business stuff on that account. And then, so I have to leave like all my notifiers up and all of that stuff. And so it makes it hard, because I can't shut it off and still do the business of the podcast. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because your business is being turned on the podcast, on the notification.
And there are people in the DMs, and I'm glad, and I want to point this out. Like, Travis made a post. Someone made an idiotic comment on that post, and Travis is like, don't be stupid. Like, don't
vindicate
be like,
Travis.
And vindicate Travis. Correct. Yeah. And I am getting some of those people who have gone way over the line.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And that's tough to see. So
Mhm.
anyway, so that is my weekend. And I said to you guys this morning, today Savon had Andre Houdet on,
Yeah.
and they were referencing the podcast that Kat and I did with him a year ago, and they were saying like what a good podcast that was, and that they learned a lot about him, and that's the kind of notoriety I want announced on podcasts. That's the stuff that makes me feel really good,
Yeah.
right? And I'll be there's with the Mikey thing, like, did I not dig enough? Did I not? Because like everything he said on our podcast was very different than what he's doing now.
Mm-hmm. His actions, you mean,
right?
Are speaking differently from how he presented himself on the interview.
Right. So then I question myself: did I not dig enough?
Well, I think no matter what, when you are on a planned podcast, right, you're presenting your best self, ideally, right? Because you're being showcased. And then I think that, when people get behind social media, people have a lot more courage to kind of do things like that. And so maybe he had a strong reaction. He clearly did have a strong reaction about something that Lauren did. And then, his actions didn't match how he presented himself.
Right. It didn't. And I've always prided myself at digging really deep when I research a person that I don't know as well as others. And yeah, I saw nothing of this in my research. So Judy says, fine, I won't DM you anymore, Scott, to hang out. Well, those are just empty promises, Judy. But actually, she DM'd me and said that her and I need to come to Shred and do an Amy class.
I'm pretty excited because Shred is celebrating its 10-year affiliate. 10 years of being an affiliate is happening this weekend.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
Yeah. And then there will be because it's a night Ohio State game. So we're going to have like a little potluck thing prior and then watch the Buckeyes and Notre Dame. But I like night games, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Penn State's a night game too.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's usually a 3:30 or a night game, I would say, right?
No, I'm saying the Penn State game this weekend is a night game, so they're actually going against each other.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Penn State's playing Iowa at night this weekend.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Back to the topic. What do you want to know, PK? What? I thought we already talked it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop or whatever.
Yeah.
Because yeah. I probably haven't said this publicly, but I think that Mikey went way too far. Way too far with what he did. So Jody Lynn wants to know, was there a WAD at the affiliate gathering? There was not.
Ooh. Thank goodness.
Well, and I'll be I picked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the questioning after each speaker went over every time. And so like lunch got shortened, everything kind of got compressed as the day went on because everybody was asking questions. So there would not have been much time to do, and there were 150 to 200 affiliate owners. I mean, you think a class of 20 is tough.
Yeah. Why does Halpin want to talk about Penn State? I think you mean OSU. THOSU.
Well, one thing I learned about Mike Halpin is that he and I are both band dads.
Oh.
So he had to go to a band event on Saturday night. So he had to duck out a little bit early.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jake Chapman.
IO. Yeah, see, Judy's
Yeah.
invested now. She's paying tuition now.
Mason Mitchell says, we all know that Southern teams are all that matter in college football. I don't know about that anymore. Old Alabama's out of the top 10.
Andrew, why is Andrew hating on it?
Because he's a Bearcat, and Bearcat fans always hate OSU. Let's be real.
Well, fine. Whatevs.
Jake Chapman asked if I enjoy rugby. I've watched a rugby match or two.
Yeah.
So, back in the day, I used to watch anything and everything sports.
Yes, the people at my house do as well. Bass fishing, fine, if that's what the sport that's on.
Yeah, I can't go to bass fishing. And Andrew says, Ohio isn't all about the Buckeyes.
Well, fine, but
I do have to say, Coach Prime is making Colorado football very exciting.
I've been hearing this.
I just wish that the pregame shows wouldn't go there every week. There are like 130 other schools in the country.
Fair.
We did not have the trans world sport back in the day. Coach Prime is on fire, and I'm here for it. Love his attitude. All right, front tail, we're not going there.
Yeah, we're not going there. I see what you did there. We're not going there.
So yeah. So that's that. That's pretty much our show. I've got to get on the road today to get my wife her work computer. Do you have anything else to add? Oh, Rogue announced everybody but Adler at this point, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll make it in.
The only two that declined that I could figure out was Medeiros and Emma Tall. And Emma Tall says that the rumor is that she's working through an injury.
Okay.
And I'm not surprised by the Medeiros.
Yeah.
Decline.
He's probably in Australia now. Or will be soon.
I had his agent on 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tagged in something where he's back in the gym.
Okay.
In Washington, Idaho, somewhere up there in the Pacific
Northwest.
Yeah, Utah. It's Utah.
Oh.
And is it? I don't. Never mind. But anyway, he's back in the gym and he was working out. And they tried to pull his agent into the workout, but he had to go on with me. And so he got out of it.
He got saved.
And that's why I got tagged in it.
That's funny.
Philip Kelly says Idaho FFS. Yes. Yes.
Mason says Justin's working on making a family. You got to practice that.
Yeah. Did Speaks get any reduction? No. Not that I know of. She definitely got, I think she's the number one qualifier at Rogue.
Yeah, she's trying to prove. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I lost my wedding ring. Don't worry. It's my fake silicone one. But let me tell you what happened. Being a preschool teacher, I was trying to make Play-Doh last night to bring to school. And I made gluten-free this time because I have some kids who have some sensitivity. And the recipe did not work. And I was trying to knead the Play-Doh. And I got everything all off my hands. And no more ring. It's gone. Now I'm just worried I'm going to get hit on all the time.
Well, the ring never stopped that from happening before.
But now it'll be so much more because people are going to think I'm totally available.
Yeah. So I don't quote me on Spiegel not getting a reduction. She still was the first place person. She may have gotten a penalty. I don't know.
Mm.
I actually have a riff about Spiegel, and I got to get it out this week probably. So,
Okay.
And ACR said Ring isn't going to save you from 2 creepy women in bars. It was only one creepy woman. And she was aggressive.
She was.
She was Mikey aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got to get on the road.
I do.
Okay.
But I think that's all the big news from the weekend was Mikey, Rogue, and Sure.
Yeah. It was in the affiliate gathering.
The affiliate gathering. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look for the people that spoke there to be on in the next couple weeks. Yes, Fronteo, we were sure it was a woman. She made it abundantly clear.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for the safe travels. And we will see you all next time on Clydesdale Media Roundtable.